Hi everyone, Dronethany Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. And I thought I would take a minute in this video to address a very fun topic on the internet in the music community, wider music community, and that's Fantano drones. Specifically how they relate to what, in my view, is one of the best websites on the internet, and that is rateyourmusic.com, which, no, they are not paying me to say that. In fact, I've paid them a little bit. At the moment, the site is doing a sub drive, which is very much worth giving to. And I don't know, if you really care about Rate Your Music as a community and a non-Fantano music resource, I think that you should most definitely give to the site's sub drive. Anyway, depending on who you are, Rate Your Music can be the best website ever or like the worst website ever, as it's pretty much just user-generated album reviews in a range of genres, records, more than you could ever really listen to, because the website's collective music nerdery often comes to some really interesting decisions when it comes to ranking or rating the best music of the year, the decade, of all time. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't use it, but I try to do so in a low-key way because I'm not actively trying to influence what goes on over there. But still, despite my efforts on that front, there is intense concern on the wider internet, but also this site specifically, when it comes to Fantano drones. Basically, people who take everything I say at face value and then will go on to a site like Rate Your Music and just blindly, instantaneously rate an album exactly what I've rated it, or maybe even lower. Which, the more I read into it, and the more I just kind of experience the reaction and the reception to my own reviews, just feels like an alternate reality to me. We can even use my recent Wolf Alice review as a case study, because currently it's not my experience that everyone who watches me agrees with me on this one. Certainly the comments and the dislike bar prove that, and this review isn't one of my most viewed of the month, so it's pretty clear my core audience for the most part are the people watching it, and yeah, they hate the hell out of that review. Now, beyond this, the correlated effect has been that the very high score of the Wolf Alice album on Rate Your Music has decreased to a still high, but not as high score. The album is at a score that, if it were to maintain this score for like the next 10 years, it would be pretty much a classic. But still, there is this intense discussion about Fantano drones coming in. Oh my God, they're giving the album 0s and 1 stars and 2 stars. But there's also a greater irony here I find kind of funny. Not only because regardless of what I say, if I review a record, that's more ears, that's more attention on it, no matter what I say, no matter what I score it. And I get comments all the time of people saying, hey, you didn't like this, but you reviewed it, and I saw the dislike bar, or I saw some comments saying that the album was great, and that made me check it out, and I enjoy it, so I don't know. I can't tell you how many tweets I've seen where people say, oh man, Fantano gave it a 6. That's how you know it's a classic. Also, at the end of the day, I'm just a resource for you to use however you would like to in order to navigate this wide world of music, and one of many that you could have at your disposal. Obviously, I have my biases, my preference, my limitations, but you come into these videos knowing that, for the most part. So all that's really happening here is people are complaining about one way of getting perspective on music on the internet on another way of getting perspective on music on the internet, Rate Your Music. And you're telling me users on Rate Your Music aren't influenced by things outside of Rate Your Music or by Rate Your Music itself? Y'all aren't influenced by the album charts over there, or what albums get bolded, what albums don't? Which, by the way, there should be way more bolds in the Shoo Shoo discography. There are not enough as there should be. Also, Girl with Basket of Fruit 3.47. Where are you, Fantano drones? I'm disgusted. Anyway, it's ridiculous to act like Rate Your Music isn't just another way of finding out, musically speaking, what is worth your time and what's not. And of course, with music being more of a gray area, you're going to have more opinions, more platforms, more communities, and more crossing of the streams, because for how long has the all-time charts on Rate Your Music basically been like the Rolling Stone Top 500, or like the most Pitchfork-approved albums of the 90s and 2000s. So, I don't know, man. A lot of this seems like unnecessary bitterness and distrust over a phenomenon that seems like it's getting blown way out of proportion. I'm on the internet every day, and let me tell you, like, a good deal of the feedback I get all the time is, about how I'm wrong. You know, all I can take solace in at the end of the day is that after I've heard a record, I know I felt the way that I did, and that's it. But yeah, that's the video. You're the best. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Love you. Mwah. You're the best. And hey, remember to give to that Rate Your Music sub drive as well. We'll link it down below. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Rate Your Music forever.